So this is my outlook on GJ and gold for the coming week. So on GJ, I'm basically waiting for price to retrace. So I'm waiting for price to retrace from this zone down to this zone. Then on the 2-hour time frame, if we can get a candlestick rejection of this zone, so if we can reject this zone, close above this zone, then we have those longs targeting even up to 212.500 cycle zone. So that's basically what I'm looking for, as simple as it. Now we can see that price is at a high, this high here. So since we are this high here, I'm expecting price to retrace from this high here down to this zone. All right, now if you go to the monthly time frame, you can see where I'm aiming for 212.500 cycle zone. Now if you can see, basically on the monthly time frame, you can see that price is just gone in for this resistance zone here, this resistance, this structure point here. That is where price is going to go to. So now after we made this whole retracement on the monthly time frame, you can see that we are just pushing up, and we are targeting this resistance zone for price to go to. So that is why we have very, very high buy volume, or very, very bullish volume on GJ. So on the weekly time frame too, is same thing. So after I had this retracement here, you can see that price we've been very, very bullish. And like I said, we are just aiming for that structure point, that resistance zone, which is around this zone, which is around 213.500 level. That's where we are aiming for, potentially even up to 215 zone. So that's why I'm not expecting any much like retracement on GJ. So I'm just waiting for price to give me a little bit of retracement down to the structure points here. Like we said, once we retrace down here, we reject off this zone, it can still close above this structure point. Then we have longs targeting 212.500 level. That's basically it. Now that zone will also be acting as a double bottom. Yeah, so if price can go down, if price can retrace down to this zone down here and reject of this zone, you can see that it will be acting as a double bottom. Then from there, price could potentially push up to 21500. Now, not necessarily 212.500, because we could have some type of bearish pattern around the zone up here above this zone, or some type of reversal pattern. Anything, if you see any type of bearish pattern or reversal pattern, then we will liquidate those longs that we have. But I'm seeing price going up to 212.500 potentially this coming week. So that's it on GJ, as simple as it is. Just wait for a retracement. Like I said, just wait for a retracement, then a rejection of this zone. Once we reject this zone, now I would have said, okay, you can enter this retracement, because I feel like price is going to retrace. But why should I get like this part of the meat when I can get this part? You know what I'm saying? This is like a little chunk, right? So instead of me taking retracement, I rather trade in the trend, with the trend. You get? So I rather trade with the trend. So if price can drop down here, we'll trace off the zone, then we'll be trading with the trend instead of trading against it or catching some. Not that taking retracement positions are not okay, but I rather trade with the trend than trade against it, especially on currency pairs. So yeah, that's basically it. So now I'm going to gold. Gold too seems very, very simple price action. I think now on gold, you can see that we are above 4,500 level. We are above, so we broke above this zone. Candlestick break above this zone. Now, if you look at the candles that are forming, the candles that is forming here, you can see that is small candles that are just going up. So this is a bullish candle, just going up little by little. Now, from my experience and what I've seen in the market, after we get these small candles that are going up, potentially either going up or going down, after a while you get one candle that has high volume in that direction. So now that we are bullish, after a while, after this small candles going bullish, we'll have one candlestick that will come with very high volume that will potentially even close above this last high that we had here. So we could push even potentially above this last high. So now this is just candlestick analysis I'm doing here. But if you want to look for structure, if you go to the 1 hour time frame, on the 1 hour time frame, you can see this zone that price used as resistance. It's used as this zone as resistance. Now we're above this zone. So now potentially you can also wait for price to retest down this resistance zone that we have, which is now is support. Retest the support zone, a candlestick rejection of this zone that's close above this zone, then we have longs. I would say you should target even up to 4, maybe 4 5 50 around that zone, or just target to be safe. Just I think the most safest TP zone should be this last high here. So if you can target those last high, yeah. Or if you want to hold your position a little bit longer, then yeah, because I see price even going above this last high. So if you can get a rejection of this zone on the 30 minutes, if you get not a rejection, a retest of this zone and rejection of this zone, a candlestick close above this zone on the 30 minutes, then we enter those longs. Then you just potentially hold your position until you see some type of bearish, maybe a reversal pattern or some type of bearish formation. Then you liquidate your position. If you don't see nothing, then you just hold to 4.6. I don't think price is going to move from here to 4.6, but potentially it could, because as you can see, we have very high bullish volume on the daily time frame. As you can see, very high bullish volume. So potentially we could just push from this zone to 4,600 potentially. Yeah, price could do that. So you can hold your position and just watch and monitor those positions. So like I said, you just wait for a retest of this structure point, which is the support zone retest, which if you have this retest, potentially could be the third touch of this trend line that we have here. This trend line, because this is the first touch, it will be second touch, then potentially this could be the third touch. Then the candlestick close above this zone, they will enter those longs. Yeah. Or potentially too, since this candlestick is looking like this, we could also see price just on Monday just close, not close, just open and it's straight bullish. So we might not have that retest. We might just open straight bullish and just keep flying. You get? Because of this candlestick, like I said, this is just because of this candlestick. You see this small candlestick, small. After a while, we have that candlestick with very high volume. So we could potentially open with very high volume, very high bullish volume. So we might not have any retest to this structure point that we said. We might not have any retest. So we might just on Monday price can open and we just straight bullish. You know what I'm saying? So either way, but I would love price to retest. I'm not going to lie, but if price retest too, in some way, some form, it's also like bad a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If we get a retest, I don't know, but we just wait and see what price does. Well, if for you to really confirm that we are very bullish, then potentially we should just open. Yeah, as soon as we open, we just go straight bullish. You get me? But yeah, we just wait and see how price or what price does. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what I'm anticipating on gold. So yeah, that's it for this analysis on gold and GG. Thank you, and please like and subscribe.